Hi, this video will cover SQL views for QCarta. QCarta offers two types of SQL views. The first is saved queries. Saved queries are queries that you create on the back end. Each one of those queries creates a clickable link on the map that a user can click, and it highlights the features based upon your SQL. And these views can be cleared as well. The other SQL view is reports. Reports, like saved queries, are created on the back end. Also, like saved queries, they create a clickable link for your end user. Unlike saved queries, they do not interact with the map. It simply opens a report that you define using SQL. And we'll take a closer look now at how we create both of these. Okay, I'm now logged in as an administrator, and I'm on the layers page. And we can see here some of the stored queries as well as reports for the demo reports here. We click on Edit Queries. This brings up all the queries that are currently being used. Similarly for reports, if we click on Edit Reports, we see the reports here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a new save query. I'm going to add it for our neighborhoods QGIS project. If we look at our neighborhoods QGIS project, we see there are no saved queries currently, and there's no report tab here. The report tab will be created once a report is added, as well as the save query as well. Okay, so let's add a save query to our neighborhoods QGIS project. Click Edit Queries, Add New. Okay, and give the query name. I'm going to call mine Large Neighborhoods, and a description. And you can enter whatever you like for the badge. And the badge is this item in blue here that appears on both the save queries and reports. And for database type, you need to select the data backend for the QGIS project. In this case, it is a shapefile. So I'm going to select shapefile. And I'll just paste my SQL in here. I just want to highlight neighborhoods that are above a certain area. And click Create. Okay, and if you go to our neighborhoods project now and refresh the page. Okay, we see here the save query's been added. Let's click that to make sure it's working. Okay, as you can see, matched 8 out of 98 features, and it's highlighted each of the features that meets the criteria we set forth in the SQL. And you can also view the data that's returned here, as well as export it. Okay, let's go ahead and clear that. And now let's go ahead and create a report. Okay, before creating the report, let's take a quick look at SQL Workshop here on the left menu. SQL Workshop is a visual query builder. It supports geo packages, geodatabases, PostGIS, and shapefile connections. And the Neighborhoods QGIS project uses shapefile, so I'm going to click on shapefile. And this will show us all shapefiles that are available. And let's click Connect. Okay, we see it shows us the fields, and we get an SQL terminal here to test our SQL with. There's also a visual query builder where you can build queries graphically as well. Okay, and I'm just going to paste my SQL in here that I already have, and go ahead and run that. This gives us a very handy way to kind of preview the data before we add it to the project. And again, it supports PostGIS, GeoPackages, S3 Geodatabase, and shapefiles. You're not required to use SQL Workshop to create stored queries or reports. It's just a convenience tool. Okay, so now let's add a report to our neighborhoods file. I'm just going to use the same SQL here. Once again, let's go to Add New. Okay, once again, give it a name and a description and the badge type they like to use. And select the data type. Here again, it's shapefile. I'm just going to use the same query here. And create. And refresh the page. Okay, we see now that the report tab now appears automatically. Okay, we have our neighborhood report. Okay, and that shows the tabular report there, and you can export the results here. And just to review quickly, we covered the two types of SQL views. The first being save queries. which creates map interactions and sets the map based on your SQL. And then we looked at reports, which produces tabular reports that do not interact with the map. And finally, we saw how SQL Workshop can be used to create and preview our queries. It can be done via the SQL terminal or via the Visual Query Builder. This can be particularly useful for non-spatial tables that you happen to include with your projects.